Hey guys, good morning. It's Thursday morning and here is where we are on the gnome. The head and body all done. I also made the nose. For the skin tone, I'm using this Charisma. I always use Charisma Roots and Threads for my gnomes. I really like how they work up and what size they come out in, but I can't find it right now. It's in this bag. Okay, so here's the gnome. Now the interesting thing about this pattern is that parts of the gnome body is not done in continuous rounds. They want you to chain one and slip stitch and all that stuff, but I just did it in the spiral. Let me tell you about this yarn. Here's my second skein of 3 of this ice yarn. I told you it was ice yarns. This one is called Wool Bulky Glitz. It is actually 25% wool, 72% premium acrylic, and 3% metallic, which is that sparkle that you see. In this ball, it's a 100-gram ball with 120 meters plus or minus 5% on each ball, which is, of course, when you convert it, it's more in yards. Let's see, made in Turkey. What else is on here? It's classified as a number 5. Which is why I'm using it with the Charisma, because that's also a 5. Yeah, and that's it. And the color number, that's what I was looking for. It was probably on the bag. And, of course, I don't have the bag because I do not see a color number on here. It looks like it is... You can machine wash, but not dry. And don't iron. Yeah, let's not iron the yarn. Okay, anyway, I just wanted you guys to see that. I'm headed off to work. I got Bella all set up. And, yeah. I'll see you in the next clip. This is the beginning of a new crafty vlog. I won't say crafty week because, today is actually Thursday, but I'm ending out I'll be uploading my, craft show wrap-up video today, and so this is the beginning of a new crafty vlog. Yep, this weekend is the Fiber Fest for SoCal Fiber Fair, and we are so excited to go. I'm almost finished with my hat pattern. I worked on it last night, but there's a separate vlog just for that project. And so you'll see that too coming up. Anyway, but this will probably include footage from the SoCal Fiber Fair. So excited to meet up with my buddies and yeah, and have a little fiber fun. Okay, bye. See you. Bye. All right, guys. Here is where we stand. I have made both the shoes. And it's time to change color, and I did not bring the color with me, so gotta wait. close the big door. It's easier for me to keep her from coming in. All right, everybody. So I just wanted you to see it. It's going to be donated today to Warm Up America. But here it is. Let's turn the camera. And we can really way back for you to see it. But there it is. Okay. It's been washed, it's been dried, and I'm gonna pack it up and head out to the SoCal Fiber Fest. Look at how cute she is, the maker. So cute. Yo, I am making the emotional support chicken crochet version. It's a pattern. Actually, the knitted version is available as a kit with the Knitting Tree LA. I will link it down below. I don't know if the crochet version is available as a kit. I did not buy a kit. I bought the pattern and started working on it, and I wanted it to be big because my idea is to take it to work, and like whoever's having a rough day gets to have the chicken. That's my idea. Anyway, y'all, I held 2 strands together. This thing is gonna be huge. Look at my hand. I don't have little hands. It's going to be huge. But yeah, I will say that initially this was actually quite confusing. This is a chicken in crochet modeled after the knitting pattern, and so it's all done flat, and it's kind of, you know, when you do amigurumi, making 3-dimensional things with crochet is so easy, but this was actually a little confusing. But the good thing is they have tutorials on YouTube on how to do this particular part, because I think this was the most confusing part. Anyway, but done, and I gotta make the flip side of it, because you make 2 of these. All right, so you make 2, you seam them together, so imagine another one right here, and then you just start working up like that. Anyway, there you go. Let's keep going. So as you guys saw, I did donate my scrappy blanket at the to Warm Up America when we were at the SoCal Fiber Fair on November 23rd. This is where I was keeping it. I had gathered up all these scraps, and I just started making a granny, just a large granny blanket. It's the easiest thing in the world to do. And so these are all the things I still have left. And initially I was going to go ahead and make another one. Just get another one started so that by the time we show up next year, there'll be another blanket, which I will do that eventually. But then I got the idea to go ahead and do the emotional support chicken. You already saw the first part of the tail that I've done. So I'm just grabbing strands and holding 2 together from this bucket, and I'm just gonna make it all from scraps. And I wanted it to be really big. It's a pretty substantial amigurumi, even if you make it in acrylic, but I want it to be really big. And so I'm holding 2 worsted weight strands together, and I want it to be scrappy, and so that is what I'm doing here, because theirs are scrappy. The originals are scrappy, so I'm going to keep it scrappy. Anyway, these are my scraps. So many different balls of yarn. It's like a big old tangle in the middle. That whole thing is a hot mess, but anyway, it's okay. We are gonna keep going. Okay. Good morning, guys. Just want to continue this vlog. I did get to finish my gnome. I wanted to show you how it came out. All right, and I'm also going to show you how it compares in size to when I use the Loops and Threads Charisma. So here's this guy. Now, you know, I have used ice yarns for pretty much all of that. This, I don't even remember what this is, but it went well. You know, I like to use a variegated for the legs because I don't want to do the striping. And so, yeah, it's all done. It came out great. I had like a little fuzzy yarn that I used for this part. I was a little leery, and I use the same thing for the beard. I was a little leery of it, but it worked out. I thought I wasn't going to be able to find the stitches, but it worked out. And I love... my favorite part of the pattern are the legs and feet. It's so cute. But anyway, that's that. Now this one is all, you know, this one I made earlier this year, I think, because it was a Valentine's themed one. And this is almost all Loops and Threads Charisma. So the ice yarns one is most definitely just a tad smaller. Yeah, this one comes out much bigger. I really love using the Loops and Threads Charisma for this, but I had this in the purples, and I did have purples for in the Charisma too, but I went ahead and used this one, and I just love the way it came out. So that is all done. I did get started on the emotional support chicken. The pattern comes from Annette, whose last name I can't pronounce right now, and I'm not looking at it, and Brenda Mabin from the Knitting Tree LA. That's my local yarn shop. They came out with this emotional support chicken pattern in knitting, and it's just all the rage. They have kits if you want to and all of that. They eventually did come out with the crochet version, which I would much rather do. In my mind, I was like, I would just much rather crochet something 3D than knit it. Now, what I didn't realize is that the pattern, the original emotional support chicken pattern, was based on another pattern, and they were replicating something with that. And so when they created the crochet version, they pretty much are trying to make it look exactly like the knitted version. So it's all worked up flat. It's all quite non-intuitive, but the nice thing is that I got thoroughly confused initially. And then I went to look at the pattern on Ravelry. So basically, I didn't buy a kit, by the way. I bought the pattern for the crochet. I didn't really feel like I needed a kit because I have so much acrylic yarn, and that's what I wanted to make it out of. And so I went ahead and just bought the crochet pattern. So I went and looked at the pattern on Ravelry to see if other people were confused, and quite a few people were quite confused by this pattern. But the nice thing is that they do have a couple of tutorials, and they really did actually help me get past the first two pieces, because I was like, what? It's just not intuitive, especially if you're a crocheter who makes amigurumi. This is totally different. So let me show you how far I am. I'm just gonna lean out of the frame, sorry. So I showed you my scrap bag, and I showed you, so I am at, okay, hold on one second. Okay, so here's where I'm at. This is the front of it. This is the outside of it. And eventually everything's just going to fold. This is going to be the tail and blah, blah, blah. But it is such an interesting, kind of a weird construction. If you are someone who makes amigurumi, making this chicken is not intuitive at all. But I'm excited. I held, as I told you before, I'm holding 2 strands of worsted together because I want it to be fairly big. And yeah, so that's how far I got on my chicken last night. So right now I'm just doing some plain rows, and I have these 2 with a variegated and a solid that I'm holding together, and that is how I'm getting that color. All right, so I'm just, I'm trying to be random as I can with it, and hopefully it'll come out in quite interesting. So that's it. We'll see if I make another one of these, because I'm thinking I could have just used the charisma. Anyway, that's it. That's all for that. I wanted to remind you, so this gnome is for the BTS project. So this is for November. What I did for October, I was making the cloud pillow, and I will make that. But I'm going to go ahead, since this is already made and it's purple, this is going to count for my October, and that makes me completely caught up for my BTS project. I have 11 plushies at this point, and which means that we have 7 months to go before the guys are discharged from the military. And so I got to figure out what I'm going to do for my December project now. Maybe the cloud will be for that if I get it done. All right, that's it. That's all for this portion of the video. I'll see you in the next clip. Hey guys, it's a car vlog. Okay, so I am about 30 minutes. Well, I've been about an hour early for physical therapy. So I decided that, so I got my times mixed up. And then I decided to sit in the parking lot and crochet and talk to you guys. So I am working on a new pattern that I just got. And it is a lovey pattern, but it is completely with the plush yarns. And I initially was going to find I have a lovey book somewhere, and I was like, I'm just going to get that. And I'm going to possibly just go and get some of that skinny chenille and try to make plushy loveys from there. And then since we're coming up on Black Friday and a lot of designers are putting their crochet patterns on sale, I just searched crochet patterns on Etsy just to see what would come up. And I found this lovey pattern. I will try to pop up a picture so you can see what it's going to be like, but see, without, hopefully not. Let me check and see if I can show you the pattern to make sure my hands are super clean though, because part of this, what I've made, well, hopefully by now I've popped up a picture, but part of what I made is in like a lighter color, and I don't want to risk getting it dirty, but you make the blanket part first, and now I am making the head. I'm making the bunny, so hopefully that's what I popped up. I bought 3 of them, a bunny, a bear, and a bunny, a bear, and a cat. And so so hopefully I popped it up by now and you can see what it is. But I finished up the blanket portion of it right here, and now I am working on the head. So basically this is the bulk of the work. You know, you make the blanket, and then you make the head, the ears, and the 2 arms. And so I am currently working on the bunny, and I'm planning to do all 3, and I really am happy, because I really was, the one thing I learned for sure at these 3 crafting events is that I definitely need to put some more effort into some baby friendly things. I lost out for sure on at least 2 sales at the last craft show, because they wanted to buy something and they said it was for a baby, and I just, said no. I said I would not recommend this, blah blah blah, choking hazard. And so I ended up, and I did have some loveys, but I had the brown puppy lovey, and I had the little sort of like a ice cream sherbet bear lovey. And I pulled it out, the puppy, because she said she wanted something for a little boy, and what she wanted to buy was a turtle. But not only did it have safety eyes, but it had those big ones that I had not figured out how to push all the way in yet. And so they were not even completely sunken in. So I was like, no. So didn't end up selling that. And there was one other situation where I was like, no. So I really want to really start making more things. And so when this pattern came up, it was perfect, because as you will see, as you have seen by now, the eyes are embroidered. So yeah, I think these are going to be great. So I hope to make 2 of each of these and just stockpile it for inventory for next year. So I might just start out by making 1 of each, and then go back and make another of each one. But I'm using Sweet Snuggles Light. No, this is probably Chanel Home Slim, because of this mustard color. And it'll be a big old head. I don't know. I probably maybe should have waited. So it calls for a smaller hook than I have with me, but I want to do it, so I'm going to do it. But the issue is I'm doing it because I think this might not be the best yarn to make this with, because I think that the blanket could be a lot more drapey, and should be a lot more drapey. And I feel like it is just a tad heavy. And so, if I use Sweet Snuggles Light again for this, then what I would do, instead of, these are half double crochets, instead of doing half double crochets, I would do double crochets, and with a bigger hook, and just make it just a little more drapey. It's a little stiff. So I am gonna go ahead and finish this one. And I'm not sure if I make another one in Sweet Snuggles Light or Chanel Home Slim, then I will just bump it up. I would do half double crochets for the blanket, and just bump up the size of the hook. So this will still be fine, but I just think for a little baby, it should probably be a little bit lighter. And so what my plan is to make it again, but use the baby bear yarn. The baby bear yarn is classified as a number 5 bulky, but it's just like Bernat velvet. It really crochets up kind of small, just because of the construction of it. And so I think that's what the plan will be. I'm making that purple cloud pillow in the baby bear yarn, and I just think it's going to be a better choice for this pattern. So once I get this one done, I will make one in that pattern. I will in that yarn I will adjust my my hook size accordingly. I'm using currently a 6mm hook on this. I was really supposed to use a 6mm hook on the blanket and then a 5mm hook on the head. So I'm using a 6 on both just to get it done. I got a little bit of startitis, guys. I have other projects to show you that I started. You know I'm doing the emotional support chicken, but I also started this granny square beanie that I saw on Instagram. And I'm using up the rest of my yarn from my SoCal Fiber Fair hat beanie pattern. And guys, there's so much of that yarn left, and I was going to do helical knitting, which is what I was working on. If you saw that clip, I was working on helical knitting a beanie in the clip where I was taking a break during the SoCal Fiber Fest. When I looked at it, I did not really like how it was coming out. I think if I had persevered, I would have liked it. But I was like, I don't like how this is coming out. So I ripped it back because I had to, I had discovered that it wasn't 100% loving it anyway, and then I found this pattern on Instagram. The designer pretty much did a reel as a tutorial, but she also wrote the instructions in her description on that reel, and so I saved it and I started working on that. I'll show you guys that later. So right now I have the emotional support chicken crochet version. I now have this lovey that I'm working on, and then I have that beanie that I'm working on. So, but it's because I feel so free, I think. I really thought, I had, guys, I had decided that I will not be doing any more shows for the year. And then somebody reached out to me and said that there's an opportunity to do another show on December 7th. And, guys, I'm trying to get my career fund together. So I'm like, maybe I should just do it. And I told the person, I said, I'm not really sure, but you can give the organizer my phone number, and I'll see if I can pull it. See, after I hear what is what, I'll decide if I can pull it off. Well, and then I told my husband about that the next day. He was like, oh, we have plans. So I ended up just sending a message and saying, oh, you know what, I forgot that we had a commitment already, and so I can't really do that show, which is good for me. I just need to be free, and that's why I think I'm starting things, because I'm not market prepping. I am just making what I want to make, which is what I will do until I schedule a market, which may not be until this time next year. So I will be possibly market prepping all year unless something super interesting comes up for the spring. Anyway, I think I'm going to end this little crocheting chat right here, because I think if I got this right, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I only got one more row, and I still got some time before I go into physical therapy. So maybe I'll go ahead and start something else while I'm sitting here with the yarn I have. Okay, talk back soon. All done with therapy, y'all. It's raining. It's not raining very hard, but it's raining. All right, it's Tuesday, so I gotta go get the boys some Chick-fil-A, and I'm heading home. Hey guys, so in this clip, I'm gonna show you I did finish the lovey. love how this came out, guys. And I mean, look at this. Look at her. Look at the bunny. I mean, it came out so stinking cute. This is the Chanel Home Slim. It's becoming one of my favorites, even though it's so fussy to work with. It's becoming one of my favorites, and particularly on things like this when you don't change color that often, you don't get as much fuzz. But I talked about making this, and I will make it again in the baby bear yarn. But guys, I'm in love with this size. I'm in love with this size. So much so that I'm going to make another one. Now, I told you I have a bear and a cat as well, but I'm going to make another bunny. This is the colorway Mustard, the colorway Seed Pearl. And I am going to make another one. I already started. Now, I already started the blanket for the next one. Now, I have changed it. As you can see, you can probably tell this is more dense because it is half double crochets. I actually want a little bit more drape, and so I'm making double crochets for the pink one. So it's gonna be more drapey, more grabbable, and I just, you know, like the idea of it being just a little bit more drapey. I know that it's also gonna be just the tiniest bit more holdy, but it's okay. I mean, it's for little fingers to be able to grab, and I think it's gonna be great. So I am looking forward to that. I think what I'm doing is the pink with the seed pearl for the bunny. I'm going to use this color for the bunny part. Now, yeah, I do have the cat and the bear, but I wanted to just make another bunny. I want to make the bear. I have some terracotta yarn left. The colorway terracotta in this Chanel Home Slim. The problem is that colorway is completely sold out everywhere. Like, it's not in any stores. It's not even online. And I'm really hoarding, and I don't know if I have another one. I gotta look. I definitely have it in Chanel Home, the big fat one. But I don't know if I have it in Chanel Home Slim. I do have retro velvet, so I could use retro velvet I really like the terracotta for skin tone for my brown girl dolls, and so I'm really reluctant to use it on anything else. So I think what I'm gonna do is when I make the bear pattern, I'm going to use retro velvet, Premier retro velvet, and see how that works up. But anyway, I think it'll be much smaller than this. I don't know if it's classified as a 5 or a 6, but it works up thinner, I think. But I haven't used a lot of retro velvet. I have used Bernat velvet, and that for sure is a 5. Anyway, that's it. That's all. I am going to make another bunny, and I just think this is going to be such a great addition to my craft show table, to be able to have some optional things for babies. And this was a super simple eye embroidery and nose embroidery. I just think these are going to really fly off the table. I haven't made the knotted loveys, and I will, but I just really think, you know, with the success I had with the loveys I made, I want to make a few of this kind. You guys know, I know that it's very, very popular to make the one where you buy a stuffed animal and make the little granny square around it, and those are super cute. I am just such a purist that I want to crochet the entire thing, and so these appeal to me. Anyway, that's it. That's all. I'll see you in the next clip. Bye. Hi, real quick, y'all. I'm on my way to work, but I had to come and get medication. And with one of my meds, I can only get it at a hospital-based pharmacy. And so that's the only way the insurance company's going to pay for it. So I got a notification that it was ready. So I am now waiting just a few more minutes because I don't want to pay for parking. I want to run in as soon as they open and grab my stuff and go. So I got 2 minutes before I'm going to roll up in there. I just do not want to pay for parking. And so it's like $15, $16 just to pick up something. If I can get in and out in 15 minutes, I don't have to. So I don't want to wait in the parking lot for them to open. So I'm waiting out here for a minute, and then I'm going to go in. I'm here on UCLA's campus and to pick up the medicine. Anyway, I wanted to tell y'all, SoCal Fiber Fest was fantastic. I was in a bit of a weird mood. I didn't want to buy anything. So, I mean, it's not that I didn't want to buy anything. Nothing was just jumping out at me. As like last year, I just had all kind of goals. I wanted to get a mug. I wanted to get all these different things. And I ended up with quite a few great things. This time, I bought, I think, 4 things, and I will show that to you probably in the next video, but I did want to acknowledge that it was fun. We had a blast. I did get a few little things, but I'm probably, not enough to do like a whole haul video. Enjoyed my time with my friends. Wish that I could spend more and more time with them, but I live so far away from all of them, so it's usually like a special occasion for us to get together. Anyway, it was fun. It was good. I just was walking around. It was overwhelming. Nancy explained to us that there were 20 more vendors this time. So, and there were a lot more people there. There were a lot more people there. So there was points where we were just all up on each other at the beginning, but it did thin out toward the end. And we got to see and meet a bunch of cool people. For next year, I definitely plan to enter something in the contest. Like I showed you guys a video of the amigurumi. I'm going to do amigurumi. I already know exactly what I'm going to do. And I'm going to have all the details, and I'll be ready for it. And find out when I'm supposed to submit, where I can submit. And I will definitely submit something to that contest. Anyway, all right, that's enough. That's it. I'm going. I got to go. It's time to get my medicine and get to work. Okay. All right, guys, it is Wednesday, the day before Thanksgiving, and I'm just finishing up this video, but I'm working on my next lovey, and today was a kind of a cool, quiet day. All the breaks were taken, and I crocheted for the most part on every break that I took today, so I was able to get this finished, at least get the blanket finished, and I was also able to get started on the head, and I'm going to be working on the rest of it while I prepare 2 sweet potato pies for tomorrow's Thanksgiving feast. I'm excited for tomorrow. I'm glad I'm not cooking, y'all. I'm glad I'm not cooking the whole meal. I came home tonight. Steve, actually, his brother sent us a really nice gift basket full of all these different smoked meats, and there was a little ham in there. So he made a really good mac and cheese, and he cooked the ham. The ham was just needed to be heated through. Almost everything that was in that box was already pretty much cooked. Anyway, so I've enjoyed the mac and cheese. I'm gonna crochet. I'm roasting or baking my sweet potatoes, and once those are done, then I will start to get ready to make the pie filling and get those done. I don't know if I shared this with you all, but when Steve, his mother was alive, every holiday she would bake each of her 3 sons their favorite pie. And so I always bake Steve his favorite pie, which is sweet potato pie. His brothers, like, one of them likes apple, and I think the other one likes pecan, I think. But anyway, so yeah, but I only make it if I'm here in LA. In Chicago, my sister is the sweet potato pie queen. Anyway, I'm finished up here, and that's going to finish out this video, guys. Thanks for joining me. Comment down below. Let me know how your Thanksgiving was. I so love this pattern, and I hope you guys are having a good one. I'll talk back to you guys very, very soon. Please like, subscribe, and share. Give me some thumbs up. Bye.